Hello everyone and welcome to DevWave Diaries. In today's video, we are going to create the second page of our Supercar website. If you did not watch the first part of our Supercar website, then you can check the description of this video. I will upload the first part video link there. So without any delay, let's start our video. So till now we completed our first page of our website. Now let's move on to our HTML file to start our second page. But before starting the second page, first let's comment out all the Gsap code that we previously write, so that we can only focus on the second page. Now again, let's move on to the HTML code. Now first, let's create a div with class name page2. Inside this div, let's create another div with class name box. Inside this box div, we are going to create a div with class name line. Now copy and paste this div one more time. Next, inside this line div, we are going to create a div with class name image box. Next, let's copy and paste this image box two more time. Then for the first image box div, inside it, create an image tag, and for its src attribute, add picture6.jpg. Then next, move to the next image box. Inside it, also create an image tag, and for its src attribute, add picture4.jpg. And for the last image box div, we don't have to add any kind of image tag because we want to create an empty space there. Next, let's copy all this thing and paste inside the second line div. Then inside the first image box, let's clear the image tag because we don't need this. And for the second image box, first let's remove the image tag, then create a h1 tag, and inside it write any heading you want, or you can also write what I am written here. Then create a paragraph tag, and inside this add some paragraph text. You can generate by using lorem or copy this. After that, let's create a h4 tag with id write text, and inside this also write some long text. Next, let's create a video tag with id bgvid. And for its src attribute, let's add Rivoldo Lamborghini.mp4 file. After that, also add autoplay, so that this video will automatically played, loop so that it is continuously played, and muted to stop its music. Now let's move on to the last image div. Inside it, create a image tag, and for its src attribute, add picture1.jpg file. And this is all the code that we needed for our second page. Now open the browser. You will see all the images, video and text that we write inside our HTML file are added here, and we need to style them properly. Now let's move back to our VS Code and open the CSS file so that we can start our styling. For the second page of our website, we actually want to add the same style that we previously had for our first page. So let's scroll up a little bit and find out where our page 1 styles are added, and beside it add .page2 so that page 2 also get these styles. Now let's scroll back, and then let's add some additional style to our page 2. First, add position relative and overflow hidden, so that any overflowing content will be hidden from page 2. Next, style the box div inside the page 2 div. First, we will add a width 100% and height 80%. so that it will take full width and 80% of the height of our screen. Then we will add a position absolute and top 50%, left 50%, and transform translate -50%, -50%, so that this box div will place centered to the page 2 div. And then add display flex so that all the elements are aligned side by side. Then flex direction to column so that elements are now aligned column wise, and add a gap of 2 rem so that all the elements are space separated. Next, let's style the line div inside the box div. First, we will add a width of 100% so that it will take the whole width space, and a height 50% so that it will take half of the height. And then add display flex so that items are aligned side by side. Then add justified content center so that items are horizontally centered. And lastly, add a gap of 2 rem so that the items are some space separated. Open the browser. You will see some images are aligned side by side that we previously added inside the line div. Next, let's style the div with class name image box. First, we will add a width 33% and a height 100%. Then add a position relative and a overflow hidden so that any overflowing content will be hidden. Open the browser. You will see our second page is now properly styled, but the images and video are not properly aligned. Let's fix them one by one. Next, let's style the image tag inside the image box. First, we will add a width of 100% and a height of 100% so that it will take the overall space. Then add object fit cover so that it will properly cover inside the space. Open the browser. You will see all the images are now properly aligned inside the container that we previously created. After that, let's style the h1 tag, paragraph tag, and write text that we previously created inside the image box div, and set its style to display none so that they all become hidden and we can just only focus on the video portion of this container. Now open the browser. You will see all the text are now hidden and the video is continuously playing inside the container where we set our video tag, but it is not properly aligned within the container, so let's change that. To fix this, add #bgvid beside the image style that we previously created. Now open the browser. You will see our video is now properly aligned within the container that we previously created. Next, let's add some additional style to this video tag. First, select the video tag and inside it add filter brightness 0.5, which will reduce the brightness of this video so that it will perfectly sync with the dark background of our website. Now open the browser. You will see our video is now perfectly synced with our website. Its brightness slightly reduces and it is perfectly aligned inside the container. And that's all for our second page styling. Now let's move on to our JavaScript file to write some Gsap animation code. Next, let's create a variable TL2 and for its value add gsap.timeline. Inside this timeline, write ScrollTrigger, and for its first attribute add trigger, and for its value add .page2. Then write start 30%, 30% and end 400% and 30%. This start and end value actually tell us from which section to which section the animation will be performed, and from which point our animation will be start, and from which point our animation will be end. Then add markers true so that we can see the starting point and ending point of our animation. Then add scrub true so that our animation will be work both when we scroll down or scroll up. Also add pin true so that during the animation the same page remains. Now open the browser. You will see all the markers are now visible. Scroll start, scroll end, and normal start and end. Also, if we scroll down, you can see the page 2 of our website remain same position because we added pin true. Actually, we will understand this animation much more better if there is one more page after the second page. So let's add one more page here. Next, let's move back to our HTML file and here create a div with class name page3. Now we have to style this div. So let's move back to our CSS file. Here, first select the page3 div, then add style with 100% and height 100 ph so that it will cover the whole screen. Then add a background color yellow. Now if we open the browser and scroll down, then we will see a yellow background color page3 div also shown. Now let's move back to our JavaScript file to create our website scrollless animation. Next, let's write tail2.2 and inside it first select the box div that we previously created and for its style first add width 305% so that the box div width become 3 times than its original one. Then add height 100% so that it will cover the whole height space, and lastly add a top minus 55% so that this box div will be set at the center of our screen. Now open the browser and scroll down the page. You will see our box div width now increases as we scroll down. And it also move upward since we add a top minus 55%. And if we scroll up again, then the width value of the box div also decreases. This happened because actually we added scrub true to our ScrollTrigger element. If we don't add this value, then we can just only see the one directional scroll animation. Then let's create another .to method and inside it select a line div that we created inside the box div, and for its style and height 100% so that it will cover the whole screen. After that, we actually want to run both this scroll animation together. To do this, we actually have to add a parameter to both this .to method. Let's add a parameter a to both of them so that they can run together. Now, if we scroll down, you will see all the box div size actually increases and our targeted video div actually cover the whole screen, creating an amazing scroll animation as the user scroll down or scroll up. The next thing we needed to do is to show the text that we previously created to our video div. And actually we hide that using our CSS. So let's move to our CSS file and find them. We actually uses display none to hide it. So let's remove it and then write position absolute. Then add a font family, and for the value of the font family we have to add the previous font family that we are using. So let's scroll up a little bit and copy the font family, then paste it here. After that, let's add a mix plain mode, and for its value add a difference, and lastly add z index to 1 so that the text will appear on top of the video. Open the browser, you will see all the text are now placed together, and due to mix plain mode we actually can differentiate the video and the text. After that, let's style this text properly. First, let's select the h1 tag inside our image box div and add a font size to 3 rem, and then set its top value to 4% and left value to 3% so that it will set the top left corner. Then add a width to 80% so that it will take the 80% width value of the screen. Open the browser. You will see our h1 tag is now properly styled. Next, let's style the right text. First, let's add it bottom value to 5% and right 3% so that it will set to bottom right corner. Then add width 33% and text align to end, and lastly add a font width to 300. Now open the browser. You will see our right text is now properly styled and set to the bottom right corner of our second page. After that, let's style the paragraph tag inside the image box div. First, we will add a left 3% and bottom value 5% so that it will set bottom left corner of our website. After that, we are going to add a width value of 30% so that it will take 30% of our screen width. Now open the browser. You will see our bottom left text is now properly styled and positioned correctly. Now the last thing we need to do, that is to animate this text with our scroll animation. So let's move on to our JavaScript file and create a .from method, and inside it select all the text like h1, paragraph tag and the right text that we added inside our video. Then for its attribute value and opacity to 0 with a x value 100 and a duration 0.5 second. Also add the parameter a so that this text also animate with the previous animations. Open the browser. You will see actually here I made a mistake. This text should be animate after the video cover the whole screen. But currently the text also animate with the box and line D, but we actually don't want that. So let's remove the parameter a so that the text will appear after the whole screen is covered by the video. Open the browser. You will see now our animation is worked the way we wanted. And if we scroll down, the text first hide and then the box tip become their original size. And lastly, let's add one more thing. Write TL2.2 and inside it create a empty curly braces. Then again create a curly braces and inside it write duration 0.4. After that add a string and inside it write plus equal to 0. This will actually create a empty space or delay before ending our scroll animation. And lastly, let's remove the markers through line so that all the markers from our second page will be removed, and comment out the previous Gsap code so we can check our full website. Now open the browser and refresh the page again. You will see our first page animation are working perfectly fine. And now if we just scroll down, then you will see first the video div actually covers the whole screen as we scroll down, and after that all the texts are reveal themselves, creating an amazing scroll based animation. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, then don't forget to like the video, and if you're new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode of DevWave Diaries.